Hello and welcome to Polyglot Principles. This is the channel where I show you how to learn a language like a genius by teaching you the principles of language learning. My name is Modja, and today we are going to be talking about language learning routines, and the title is an insanely effective method, right? Insanely effective language learning routine. Right, so obviously, as you know, this is important. You need a system, right? You need a system that you follow in order to learn a language. That's just more efficient. But before we even start and go into greater detail here, I do have a question for you. Is there, in your opinion, is there a best language learning routine? If you think there is one, please write it down in the comment section below. If you don't think there is one, please write it down also in the comment section below and see if your answer agrees with mine at the end of this video. Now, throughout this video, I'm going to be dropping very important knowledge from my own experience in learning languages. And so if you don't want to miss out on anything, make sure you stay till the very end. So, is there a best language learning routine? My response is no, there is no best language learning routine. Because a routine is supposed to be based around your life, isn't it? So what works for me may not work for you. This is why it's important to find your own routine. But I'll give you an idea, like a routine I use that I think is very powerful if you have a minimal amount of time. But before we even go deep into routines, there are certain things you need to know when forming your own routine, or a routine that works for you. The first thing to know is something called the Kaizen principle. So Kaizen is a Japanese word, and the idea of Kaizen principle is to start small. So notice that when you're learning a language, you want to stick to it, right? It makes no sense to get excited about a language for a week or 2 weeks and then you quit, right? So that's why it's not wise. It's not wise to start when you're learning a language, when you're setting up your routine. It's not wise for you to start, for example. Okay, just a moment. There's a bit of noise in my environment. Alright, so I think the noise is going to persist. But so we're talking about language learning routines here. We were saying Kaizen principle, start small. Don't start by doing too much. So for example, if you're learning a language for the first time, don't go on the first day and learn the language for 6 hours or 7 hours. You might be able to keep this up for a couple of days, but likely you're going to quit, right? So it's much wiser to start small with the language. I mean, you could even spend usually I recommend starting with pronunciation. So you could spend like just 10 minutes, 5 minutes just learning how to pronounce at the beginning, day one. And then day two, you do a little bit. After a while, you have a bit of momentum and excitement and you can increase how much you do. But of course, it is correct. If you're applying the right principles, then the more you apply the principles, the more results you get. Right? So obviously, how much time you invest is very important, right? But, right, so that's why we're saying Kaizen principle. Start small, do a bit, and then increase. Don't start speaking for hours, speak a little bit, right? Then the other very important thing when learning a language, when creating a learning routine is, there's a difference between working hard and working smart, okay? It's not just about spending a lot of time. It's possible to spend hours and hours, weeks, months, years, and still not learn a language. As you very well know, there's many people who've done that, right? So you want to work smart, right, as much as possible. What does working smart mean? To work smart means to work in accordance with the principles of language learning, okay? What does that mean, working in accordance with the principles of language learning? You want to do the right things when it comes to learning a language. For example, the most important language learning activity is speaking. The more you speak in the target language, the more you learn, okay? So, if let's say you spend all of your time, for example, just listening to podcasts in the language and you don't speak at all, you're not going to get the results. It doesn't matter how long you've been listening. If you listen for hours every day, for an entire week, for an entire year, it's still not going to make a big difference because you're working hard, but you're not working smart. You're not spending your time on the most important activity. So that's why it's important when you're forming your routine, you want to pick the most important activity or activities and spend the majority of time on them. So when it comes to language learning, there are really two activities which, actually, look, I'm assuming you're a busy guy, you probably don't have much time. And so you want to figure out what's the best bang for my buck, right? What can I do? Where should I put my effort in order to get the greatest results, right? So how do you do that when it comes to language learning? What are the activities that will give you the greatest bang for your buck? And there's two of them really, right? The first one is speaking. Second one is you want to listen a bit. So here's something you can do. Speak every single day. You decide how long you're going to do it. Speak every single day and make sure you watch comprehensible material. So the easiest thing is watch cartoons in the target language, right? So let's say you just do 40 minutes of cartoon watching in the language or 20 minutes of cartoon watching in the language, and then you make sure to speak every day with someone who speaks the language. If you do those two activities consistently every single day, you're going to notice a huge jump. You're going to notice a huge jump and improvement in your knowledge of the language. If you do these two things and do nothing else, you're going to notice a huge improvement. So there is a simple routine that you can follow. Speakers, and obviously notice, the more you perform these activities, the better. The more you speak, the more you'll improve. The more of these, when you watch cartoons, simple cartoons in the language, you're also going to notice a huge improvement in your listening comprehension, right? And your ability to understand what's going on. Okay, so there we go. We've got you a very simple routine, and I'm a fan of doing, just to recap, I'm a fan of doing starting small, yes. But look, if you want to learn a language, it's still going to take a time investment, right? So I'm not going to tell you that, hey, just work 20 minutes a day and you'll become fluent. I'm not saying that. Start small, continue to increase, remembering that the more you do the right things, the better your results. Working smart, all right? So I think I've beaten a bit of a dead horse here. Look, I publish a video every single Monday at 7:30 Central African time. Okay? So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, ding, 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 ding. That way you'll be notified whenever I publish a new video. Right? Thank you very much for watching this video and hope to catch you on the next one. Bye.